What's worse than betrayal? Sitting across from it, smiling, while it laughs in your face. The restaurant smelled of seared meat and aged wine. A soft clatter of glasses humming through the air. I, Marcus Reed, 38, sat alone at a polished oak table, the weight of a long week lifting with each sip of bourbon. It was October 12th, my birthday, a quiet milestone I'd chosen to mark with a rare filet mignon, its juices spilling red across the plate. No fuss, no crowd. Just me, treating myself after months of grinding as CEO of Pinnacle Ventures. The waiter, crisp in his white gloves, refilled my water, and I savored the moment, until a laugh pierced the calm. Sharp, high, familiar. It hit me like a shard of glass, dragging my eyes from the steak to the source. There she was, 3 tables away. Lara, my ex-wife, draped in a black dress that screamed wealth. 5 years ago, she'd walked out, her parting words a blade in my chest. "You'll never be enough, Marcus." Beside her, lounging with an arm slung over her chair, was Victor Grayson. 45, real estate tycoon, the man she'd left me for. His smirk gleamed as bright as his cufflinks. I'd rebuilt since then, claw by claw, but that laugh, it yanked me back to the wreckage. Her eyes caught mine, surprise flickering across her face before curling into amusement. Victor followed her gaze, his head tilting back with a chuckle that made my jaw tighten. Well, if it isn't the errand boy," he called, loud enough for heads to turn. Lara leaned in, whispering something that sparked his laughter again. I expected hurt to flare, maybe jealousy. Instead, a cold curiosity settled in, laced with dread. Why here? Why tonight? My private victory soured, the air thickening with their mockery. "Marcus, really? This place is a bit much for you, isn't it?" Lara's voice dripped venom. Victor piled on, oily and smug. "Still shuffling papers for the big boys, I bet. Must sting, watching us live the life you couldn't give her." My fork paused, the metal cool against my trembling fingers. I could have told them, Pinnacle wasn't a cubicle job anymore. I wasn't the man they'd left behind. But I didn't. I smiled, cut deeper into the steak, and murmured, "Enjoy your night." The juices bled onto the plate, a quiet red stain. Their laughter lingered as I chewed, each bite turning bitter. The restaurant's glow dimmed, shadows stretching long across the tablecloth. I paid the bill, $1.87, tip included, and stepped into the night, my car keys biting into my palm. Doubt crept in, soft and insidious. Were they right? Was I still small, invisible? The answer came the next morning, sharp as a slap. My assistant, Claire, burst into my office, her heels clicking fast. "Marcus, you won't believe this. Grayson Properties sent an urgent meeting request. Victor Grayson himself. They need your signature. $150 million deal on the line." I froze, coffee mug halfway to my mouth, steam curling upward. My phone buzzed beside me, a late-night habit tugging my thumb to Lara's Instagram. There she was, last night's post. Her in that dress, Victor's arm around her. Captioned, "Living our best life." Comments gushed below. Goals. Power couple. Then, buried low, a jab. "Wonder what the ex thinks," with a laughing emoji. My breath hitched, the silence pressing against my ears. I swiped the screen off, but the image burned, her smile, his smugness, the life built on my ruins. Suspicion hardened into truth. I opened my laptop, fingers clumsy, and pulled up Grayson Properties filings. Over-leveraged, loans stacking high, a house of cards. Victor needed me, not just my pen, but my power. The man who'd sneered over candlelight was begging at my door. A memory flashed. Lara's perfume, jasmine and spice, wafting through our old apartment as she kissed me goodnight. "You'll make it big someday, Marcus. I believe in you." The lie stung now, her scent a ghost in my nostrils. My hands shook, knuckles whitening against the desk. They didn't know who I was. But I knew them. That night, my condo felt too big, too quiet. City lights glittered beyond the windows, cold and distant. I poured a bourbon, the glass slick in my grip, and sank into the couch. Lara's laugh echoed in my skull, blending with Victor's sneer. The liquid splashed onto my wrist, the sting sharp. Anger flared, hot and jagged. She'd packed her bags while I begged, her voice icy. "You're holding me back, Marcus. Victor gets me." Nights after, I'd stared at the ceiling, the fridge's hum my only friend, wondering where I'd failed. Now I had the corner office, the power, and they still saw me as nothing. The glass clinked hard against the table, my breath shallow. Heartbreak seeped in, slow and heavy. I'd loved her, built dreams with her. A creaky porch swing, her head on my shoulder, jazz drifting from the radio. "Forever, Marcus," she'd whispered at our wedding. Forever lasted until Victor's jet landed in her dreams. Grief thickened the air, my palms pressing against my eyes, tears slipping warm through my fingers. Had I been blind? Too trusting? Isolation settled like damp fog. Friends faded after the divorce, family too far. Just me holding this secret, wondering if it mattered. The jazz tune played in my mind, "Take the A Train," our wedding song, her hand in mine under string lights. The melody soured now, a recurring ache. Monday morning, I sat at the head of Pinnacle's boardroom, the table gleaming under the lights. The door swung open, and Victor strode in, suit crisp, Lara trailing in emerald heels, her bag clutched tight. He was mid-laugh, charming and assistant, when his eyes met mine. His grin faltered, confusion narrowing his gaze. Lara looked up from her phone, her gasp soft and raw, a sound I hadn't heard since our fights. She stumbled, nails digging into Victor's sleeve, her phone slipping an inch. "Marcus!" Her voice trembled, disbelief threading through it. Victor forced a smile, stepping forward. "Well, didn't expect you here. What's this about?" I leaned forward, hands clasped, my tone smooth as glass. "Mr. Grayson, I hear you've got a deal that needs my approval. $150 million, right?" Silence stretched, thick and heavy. Lara's lips parted, then shut, her lipstick stark against her paling skin. Victor cleared his throat, charm fraying. "Look, Marcus, I didn't realize you were involved. Let's keep this professional, yeah?" I tilted my head, letting the quiet linger. "Professional? Like when you called me an errand boy over dinner?" His nostrils flared, panic flickering. Lara whispered, "Victor, don't." But I cut in, cold and calm. "Tell me, Victor, why should I sign this? Convince me." His jaw tightened, sweat beading at his temple. "Marcus, be reasonable. This deal, it's big for both of us." I tapped my pen against the table, each click a metronome to his unraveling. Lara's gaze darted between us, her breath shallow, fingers twisting her bag strap. "Reasonable," I said, the word hanging heavy. "Like when you laughed at me while I ate alone?" Victor's face hardened, but he had no answer. Lara's eyes met mine, guilt flickering like a dying flame. I didn't sign. I slid the contract back, untouched, and said, "I'll think it over." Victor stormed out, footsteps sharp. Lara lingered, her gaze unreadable. Regret, maybe, or fear, before she followed. Back in my office, I paced, the carpet muffling my steps, the city a blur beyond the glass. I could sign, prove I was above their pettiness. Or I could destroy them. I called Claire. Dig into Grayson Properties. Financials, contracts, anything shaky. She nodded, fingers flying. By Wednesday, she had it. Victor's empire was drowning in debt, propped up by loans he couldn't repay. That $150 million was his oxygen. I could freeze his accounts. Pinnacle had leverage with his creditors. I could tip the SEC. Whispers of fraud floated in the filings. Or quieter, hire a PI, plant a camera, catch him slipping. The plan crystallized. The Pinnacle Gala, November 15th. A black tie affair with press and power players. I'd invite them, let them think I'd sign. Victor would preen, Lara would sparkle, and I'd wait. At the podium, mid-toast, I'd decline. Public, final, no explanation. The fallout would be swift. Investors fleeing, Grayson Properties crumbling. Lara's designer life would unravel, her laughter silenced. I'd kept her name on an old joint account, a thread I'd never cut. I logged in. $200 sat there, frozen with a click, a petty jab imagining her card declining. The gala would be my confrontation, an anniversary of her leaving, 5 years to the day. Doubt rustled in the dark. Was I overreacting? I paused by my desk, would cool under my palms, and stared at a photo. Me and Lara, 27, at a beach bonfire, her head on my shoulder. You're my rock, Marcus. The memory softened me, her laugh then warm, not cruel. We dreamed of kids, 2, maybe 3, chasing waves. If they existed, would I burn their world for pride? The jazz tune drifted back, her hand in mine, swaying under lights. Love lingered, tugging against rage. Maybe I should sign, let them live, walk away clean. My fingers brushed the contract, the pen trembling. Revenge or peace? Her perfume, jasmine on the breeze, tied me to the night she left. You'll never be enough. The words hardened me, the scent souring. No kids, no ties, just me and them. The choice settled, firm as stone. The gala arrived, the ballroom aglow with chandeliers and murmured deals. Victor and Lara swept in, him in a tux, her in emerald silk, radiating forced confidence. I watched from the podium, my speech on Pinnacle's growth winding down. The crowd clapped and I raised a hand. One last thing. Grayson Properties has proposed a partnership. After careful thought, I'm declining. A ripple ran through the room. Victor's glass froze halfway to his lips, his face paling. Lara's smile stiffened, her eyes darting to me, then away. Whispers grew, reporters scribbled, investors frowned. I stepped down, the weight lifting with each stride. Victor caught my arm near the bar, his grip tight. Marcus, what the hell? You're tanking me. I pulled free, voice steady. You tanked yourself, Victor. I just stopped bailing you out. Lara lingered nearby, her voice a whisper. I didn't think you'd climb this high. I met her gaze, unflinching. Neither did I. Guess we both misjudged. She turned away, heels clicking into the crowd, and that was it, the end of them in my story. Days later, news broke. Grayson Properties filed for bankruptcy. Lara's Instagram went silent. No more yacht selfies or diamond shots. I didn't gloat. I didn't need to. Sitting in my office, the city dark beyond the glass, I felt it. Peace, cold and clear. The steak dinner, the laughter, the years of doubt. They'd built me, not broken me. I traced the desk's edge, would worn smooth by time, steady under pressure. Like me, the victory wasn't their ruin, it was my freedom. I'd stopped needing their guilt, their approval, their anything. They were shadows now, fading with each step I took. I leaned back, exhaling, and whispered to the empty room. Success isn't revenge. It's walking away whole. The jazz tune played one last time, faint and distant, then stilled. Have you ever been left behind by someone you trusted with your life? Share your story below, because stories like these deserve to be told. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. The next story, you won't see it coming.